Here's a question, because you might not have seen it. How much do you think a PXG Tour prototype driver is going to set you back?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Below Par with myself, Joe, and Joe.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And today we are joined by Matt from PXG.
How we doing, guys? You well? Yeah.
New Tour prototype.
I don't even have one.
Don't have one. But can we can chat about it.
100%. I do actually have a prototype sat to my left, which is it was a prototype made for John Daly. It's now a really pretty paperweight. So let me get it.
And this one to go. Right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Tune into the next episode to have a look at what Matt's about to bring us, and we'll see you all soon.
So this was basically when we had Gen 1 at the very start, we were then given this. So this came off the tour department, and I guess the key thing to say about this driver is it was made for John Daly. The base looks almost identical to this Gen 2 I've got here. But the key thing is it has so much mass put into the toe. It's the anti-left driver. And as well, it was just a prototype at the time. And I've plugged it into a driver and it is crazy head heavy. So I never gamed it. So it's kind of like a nice, pretty ornament for me now. But as PXG, we're always testing and developing. And then once you get past the engineer side of this is a fantastic idea and it works, we move that onto tour and tour prototype just to validate. And so what you will have seen recently is we were developing a two driver heads with a bunch of our tour staff. So you're talking Zach Johnson. Before Billy Horshaw left us, he was dialing that in. James Hahn would have been really involved in this, and Pat Perez. So at the moment, this driver is just called Proto. So it's a tour prototype. You've got an X and an X plus head. We have now been told that we can reach out to our customers and people can come forward to us and we can actually, for the first time ever, sell a tour prototype.
That's cool.
Because Bob has been so impressed with what the tour has fed back to us that now he actually wants customer feedback. So we're going to let I probably will never get hold of one, which is a massive shame because it's a limited release. But here's a question, because you might not have seen it. How much do you think a PXG Tour prototype driver is going to set you back?
I've seen this personally, so I'm going to put this over to Steve-O.
Do it.
Prototype, I'd go pushing four figures. I'd go maybe just under.
And it's delivered to your door, isn't it, as well, Matt, I believe?
Yeah, 100%. Delivered to your door. You put give me your custom specifications. I build it up, send it over. So that's exactly where I went in. When I had just a sniff of there's a tour prototype around, in my head I said 995, which it sounds terrible, but as a golf geek, I'd probably do it. I'd be like, I want a tour prototype.
Yeah.
Then they throw it at me. You can own this tour prototype for 520. Okay. You're talking money of other manufacturers, I guess.
Yeah. Comfortably.
You'd look at the top end drivers now. I'm thinking about the shelf in the pro shop. You're probably adding just under 100 quid on top of probably our top price one.
Exactly that, which is great. And essentially this Tour Proto is what will be in the future Gen 3, I assume. It's a finished prototype, so it's ready to go. But now we're just getting that final bit of feedback from customers actually out on the golf course, which is awesome. So, I've been pretty flat out the last couple of days because of that. And I think the price point has shocked a lot of people that you can have what is going to be technology that, it'll probably be next year's technology, for example, but you can have it now at quite an achievable and sensible price point, which is great.
I was going to say, just before we wrap this one up, because we are down to sort of 2 and a bit minutes, it's really interesting that what you're selling at PXG is the same as what the tour guys are hitting. Because I think we all know of stories of brands going, yeah, this is what they're using. And then we look at the bottom of the heads and go, what's that next to the loft?
Yeah.
Or, you know, and it's not the same club.
So because of what I do within fitting and whatnot, I've always been very lucky. I've been able to obtain certain products, and when I have either worked directly for or just I've been a multi-brand fitter, for example, I've been lucky that I've been able to obtain tour issue stuff. And some of the heads are completely different. The CGs are completely different, and I mean the tolerance is definitely tighter, but
Yeah.
if you put that product head down compared to off the shelf, it can be quite different. Whereas with PXG, we do have tour prototypes out there for testing. I mean, now you can purchase it, but yeah, when you're actually having your clubs, those heads are going to come out the same drawer as if they're coming out of, you know, Pat Perez wants a new driver. That's where it's coming from, which is very, very cool. And I think we have done certain special things before for some of our tour players where they've reached out and gone, hey, and it's mainly putters. They're like, I really want this on my putter, or like a special sight line putting on and that kind of thing. So we've done it, but yeah, PXG there's no real tour issue stuff. It's just, it is what it is.